Okay, you're desperate. Welcome home to Eden. How to diffuse the feminine when she's raging. Really quick, just recap this, okay? Stand back, take distance. Do not engage in her big drama, okay? But do not undermine it either by saying anything like, you're crazy and I don't believe you, and that's not true. Now you have put fuel on the fire. You can do the opposite. I'm going to say, I believe you. I know what you're saying has a lot of truth in it. And I want to discuss this with you at a time when we can both really deeply hear each other. I'm going to take space now. I'm going away, and so you can really feel your feelings and finish, everything you need to do to take care of yourself. But I'm going to detach now. So you go to your divine masculine, and the divine masculine is so beautiful because that's the part of us that can have a distance from something, be objective instead of totally immersed and involved, right? But you're going to respect the divine feminine who's passionately feeling something that's very real to her. And you're not going to pretend like just because she's having her period and she is really like this every month at the same time, you're not going to pretend like what she's saying is not valid just because it happens that her truth comes up when she bleeds. Okay? If your blood comes out of you and your womb becomes all new, that's where the truth is. The truth is in the womb. The seed of life, the birth of truth is in the womb. It comes out. Okay. So what you're going to say to her is, when you have calmed down, when you have let these feelings out, why don't you go lay on the earth and just really feel it? Just cry for a while. I've got to take distance. But when you've gotten a lot of this emotional energy out, let's do withholds. Okay. Withholds are the thing that are going to save your relationship. If you're having a lot of anger and a lot of fights, the withhold exercise will change everything for you, especially if you do it weekly. It begins with calling in spirit. Say, Spirit, fix our relationship for us. Bring us together and allow us to hear each other. Boom, you've made the prayer. Now you ask her, darling, let's say her name, Susanna. Susanna, tell me something you've withheld from me. Now, Susanna is allowed to say anything she wants. We're avoiding swearing at each other. We're avoiding blaming stuff. But really, she still can say anything she wants. And your job is to listen intently with distance, but presence. And as soon as she comes to the end of a thought, just one thought, you say, thank you. Susanna, tell me something you've withheld from me. And she goes again and again. Thank you, Susanna. Tell me something you've withheld from me. Now what you're doing is you're pulling the withholds. You're pulling the information. See, women get hysterical when we feel nobody wants to hear us. They're blocking us. And everything we say is just dismissed. And because we look so pretty, it's like, she doesn't need that thing. She's doing fine, So by pulling the withhold, you're making her feel that you want to hear her. And by saying thank you, you make her feel like, oh, cares, and he knows it's a gift. It is a gift. It's a privilege to hear my truth. Okay, but don't worry. You're going to set a time limit. So she's only going to do this for 15 minutes. Okay, and then it's going to be your turn. Okay, and she's going to do the same thing. Okay, she's going to ask you, Tweety, no, okay, Donald. Oh, no, not that name. Donald Duck makes me think of Baby Tweeter. Okay, sorry. President Tweety. Okay, so what's your name? I'm blanking. Michael, tell me something you've withheld from me. And you get to say anything, okay? It could be good things. And that's the amazing thing about this exercise. You can say many good things. And usually, often, it's the good things we don't say that come up in it. Like our loving, vulnerable things that we're afraid to say because I just love you so much. In the morning when you're doing your prayers and you have that look on your face of concern, I'm so in awe of you. Whatever it is, you're going to say beautiful things too. Make sure you do say good things. And then you'll hear her say, thank you. Michael, tell me something you've withheld from me. And you will say another thing and another thing and another thing. And each thing that comes up gets deeper as you do the exercise, okay? 15 minutes, bing, timer goes off. Okay, now you ask, each other. As soon as the timer goes off, you ask 3 more times. Tell me something you've withheld from me. Oh, nothing. I'm done. Please, tell me something you've withheld from me. I'm done. Really, tell me something you've withheld from me, Susanna. And then a lot of times this deeper thing comes up that the person wouldn't have said, but it's that asking the 3 more times after the alarm goes off that brings up these deeper, subtle things. Okay, so each do that for each other. Now you've done the withholds, okay? Now you're going to do round 2. Round 2 is the cleanup round. That's where you get to do exactly the same exercise. Tell me something you withheld from me. Thank you. You know, but this time it's the cleanup round. So anything you heard the other person say, you can respond to and, you know, give more to that thought and apologize, whatever comes up, and it's another 15 minutes each side. So basically you're talking about an hour to do an exercise that will diffuse all of your fighting, that will bring you close together. And the only thing promise is you make to each other is that you don't bring up anything that you've heard from each other in the withholds. You don't just get to talk about it anytime. If you want to talk about those red socks that were lost or whatever it is, you have to ask the person, hey, Susanna, is it okay if we talk about those red socks right now? Because I had a thought about that. And she could say, no, that is such a tender issue. I can only talk about that again if we do withholds again. Okay, you got to respect that, okay? Oh, kitty pie's meowing. She said, kitty pie. She can mess up my jewelry. You can't come in here. Anyway. Okay, so you got it? All right. This will diffuse all fighting. And so you say to her in the middle of her raging, we're going to do withholds a little later. So take notes on everything you need to say to me because we're going to deeply hear each other, okay? We're going to make it through this, darling. All right. I love you. Thank you for being with me. May this help you, okay?